Hi guys, I'm back with another relatively alternative hunting ground, which is Oramond Fury Dungeon for level 300 plus EK. So let's get right into it. This quick 30-second breakdown is for a level 300 EK, so bear that in mind. You know, if you're a 600 level, experience is not going to be 7 out of 10, but for a 300 EK, experience is around 7 out of 10, loot is around 5 out of 10, 2 out of 10 spawn difficulty. It's really not very difficult here. It's a little bit annoying, but it's not difficult. Optimization difficulty, same, 2 out of 10, not very difficult. Access difficulty is 8 out of 10 because you have to complete a quest line that not very many people do or are interested in completing, so it's pretty hard to find the people to do it, and unfortunately you cannot do it solo, so it's a little bit difficult. But it's quite an interesting quest line, at least in my opinion, so it's fun to do anyway. And popularity, 0 out of 10. The only time I have ever seen somebody here is when Furies were boosted on 2 times XP and loot and respawn, which so naturally some people were interested in this spot. Other than that, nobody ever hunts here. Can this place be effectively hunted by knights and paladins? Yes, and yes, paladins a little bit worse than knights, but I have a friend paladin who did the bestiary here, and he said it was okay. And druid sorcerers, maybe. I wouldn't really recommend it, but I think it's doable. If you fancy it, I think it's okay for the bestiary. Moving on, here are the results. So these are the results from my EK, which is level 540. However, I will note that this spawn is bottlenecked by the respawn rate. So I remember when I hunted here around level 300, I was getting results very similar to this. So I would expect that you can get this around level 300, 350, because the respawn rate is a limiting factor here. And as you will see a little bit later in the video, I don't have enough respawn at my level, but so the results that I'm getting here is something that you should be expecting anyway. So apologies that I forgot to fill out this table. Apologies for that. I don't really want to re-record, so let me just talk you through it. Starting level of 300 plus, raw experience, as you can see here on the right, is about 2.3 million, and XP per hour at 150% is about 3.5 million. 3.5k for level 300 is pretty good, and the loot we're seeing in 30 minutes is 237k, which is approximately 450k per hour profit, and this is also in line with what I've experienced here. And I hunted here for many hours doing the Fury Bestiary twice, so I've hunted here for about 13 hours total, and I always get about 500k profit an hour, so that's pretty reliable results. So like I mentioned, Bestiary, we're looking at about 6.5 hours for Furies, 5 hours for Nightmares, and 4 hours for Spectres. Best place in the game to do the Fury Bestiary, so if you're thinking about it, this is the place to go. Moving on, like I mentioned before, level 300 plus, Dark Trails quest, not very popular. You will need an energy weapon and most likely a Dwarven Ring. You can do without a Dwarven Ring because there's not that much getting drunk here, but of course everyone hates being drunk in Tibia, so probably want to use a Dwarven Ring. Recommended imbuements, just the basic ones. You don't need any defense imbuements because the respawn is pretty easy. You mostly want to prioritize physical protection. If you can get some death protection in there, that's fine as well, because you're looking at about 16% death protection. And of course, Furies are 66% of your damage here. So, you know, if for some reason you are struggling, then, you know, put your defense spray on Fury, but I wouldn't expect it. Moving on, about 2,000 strong manas per hour, 0 supreme health potions, charms. I would not apply any here because, like I mentioned before, it's the respawn rate is the limiting factor. So killing monsters fast is probably not going to give you anything here. And also, this is a bestiary spot, right? So you're going to finish the bestiary. You're not going to want to come back here, realistically speaking. So probably don't need any charms. And the character in the video will be my regular EK, 540 level, 120 attacks, regular imbuements, no boosts, no praise, no charms, nothing special. So let's get into the route. So you enter from here, and generally speaking, I just kind of do a big loop around. The respawn is not enough, so I'm kind of just killing things as I go. I wouldn't really pay too much attention to this route, but if you're interested, I come in, I do a pull around here, the first one. Then I go over through here, pull all the Furies to do a big Fury pull here if possible. If you pull correctly and you have full respawn, you can get like 6 to 7 Furies at this pull. So at level 300, this might be quite tough. So be careful not to overlure if you don't want 7 Furies. But that's the best pull on the respawn. Then I go here, do a small pull here, moving on there, another one here. I go here, pull out one Fury from here, but don't kill it and lure it instead north here, do another pull here, go to the east and south, do another pull here, go to the east and south again, do another pull here, and then I go back to the start. I sometimes peek into the right here to pull the monsters that respawn, and I go back here and restart again. And that's that. That's my route here. It's pretty great for Fury Bestiary, like I mentioned. For level 300 EK, it's a pretty good spot. I certainly enjoyed getting my Bestiary here, and I hope you do too. So yeah, let me just play you the video now, and if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.